And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're ready for the running of the History Channel 300, race number 17 of the PCSRA Buffalo Wild Wings Series, which I will need to look and see how many races to go for these drivers they have. After tonight's race, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more races left to go until we determine who will be the 12 drivers that will battle out here for this season's chase for the championship. Of course, we already got 2 drivers that are trying to get themselves back in the top 30 in the point standings for their wins to count towards the spot in the playoffs, and both of them are on the front row. Lucky Prescott on the pole for the first time in her career, 38th in the point standings. It's probably looking very unlikely she's going to make the playoffs. Of course, Lucky Prescott in our truck race last night did not have a very good finish either, which I'm looking to see where Lucky finished. Sean Art alongside of her. Sean ended up 8th last night in the truck race. Lucky Prescott, on the other hand, I believe, I'm looking to see where Lucky finished. I think Lucky had a good race last night. Actually, Lucky won last night's truck race, actually. So there you go. So Lucky Prescott trying to go 2 in a row. Of course, she's trying to get in the top 30 in the point standings for the truck series. Darby King and Maria Nowicki, 2 former winners this season. Interesting, the first 2 rows are former winners. Darby King, 8th in the point standings. Maria Nowicki, on the other hand, comes into this race. If I can find it, she is 25th in the points. She is actually the lowest driver in points that are former winners this season, if you exclude the 3 drivers outside the top 30 in points. And Molly Thomas rounds out the top 10, making her second start. She made her debut in the last race. Here's the point standings coming into today's race. And let's get these cars rolling out onto the track. Ari Springer leads the point standings by 79 points over Stephanie Driscoll. Greta Wagner, 2-time winner this season, 101 points back. She is 3rd in the point standings. Wyatt Garcia is 4th. Xavier Alsop 5th. Then is Paul Michaels, Max Lipson, Darby King, Amanda Wallace, and John Wesley Allen. That is your top 10. This is the playoff grid as things stand. Greta Wagner, Ari Springer, Wyatt Garcia, Max Lipson, Darby King. That's the top 5 in the playoff standings. John Wesley Allen, Annie Winters, Belle San Diego, J.J. Park, our winner last week at Hillside. Ivory Walker is 10th, 11th Scarlett Nelson, and 12th is Maria Nowicki. Drivers who have a win outside the top 30 in points are Sean Art, 35th in points, absolutely needs a win, or he would find himself possibly in a must-win situation. Diana Lawson, 36th in points. Same vote for her. And then the gal who's on the pole, that would be Lucky Prescott. It's pretty much looking very unlikely Lucky Prescott's going to get in the top 30 in the point standings for her Bristol Dirt win to count towards a spot into the playoffs. 200 laps of racing here tonight. Our truck race was kind of a wreck fest as far as that's concerned. Of course, the AutoZone Amateur Series, which ran after the truck race, after their race got postponed 2 nights ago, had a caution-free race. So here we go as the green is out. Let's see what kind of spectrum we'll be having in tonight's Buffalo Wild Wings Series race. I'm kind of curious how this will go. Turn 1 and Turn 2 were trouble spots in the truck race last night. Of course, the AutoZone Amateur Series ran all their laps caution-free. So we had one that had a lot of yellows, one that went caution-free. I don't know where the spectrum will lie on for this race. Lucky Prescott currently still leading this race. Of course, this is a huge run she needs. Needs a good run to get herself into the top 30 in points. Because she's got to pass Sean Art and Diana Lawson in points. And she's also needing to catch Maria Nowicki, who currently owns the playoff spot number 12. But here's the thing for Maria Nowicki that needs to know. Anyone ahead of her goes to victory lane, they're into the playoffs possibly, and that would knock her out of the playoffs. Keep that in mind. Of course, Lucky Prescott won the truck race last night as she carved her way through all the lap traffic. Lucky Prescott, I know the 96 is currently in the owner's playoffs. And of course, she's been in that ride since race number 6. And this is race number 17. So this is her 11th race in this 96 car. The other thing for Lucky Prescott is that a second win would vault her hopefully near to 30th in the standings. So I got to get my calculator and see how many points is she back of 30th in points. Let me do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Calculator, please. Hang on. I'm trying to get the calculator, and for some reason and the calculator's not pulling up. I'll have to click here for the calculator. There we go. Now we got the calculator. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was really all about for the black screen to pop up. So let me pause real quickly. Lucky came into this race, let's see, 15 to 7. I'll also have to calculate. Sean is 94 points back of 30th in the standings. Diana Lawson is a whopping 138 points back of 30th in the standings. And then for Lucky Prescott, she's a total of 171 points back. Lucky Prescott's more than likely going to find herself in a must-win situation. With Lucky Prescott leading all these laps, it's really going to help her get closer and closer to 30th in the standings. Lulu Champagne currently in second. Champagne came into this race 15th in the points, a win for her. She would be in the playoffs and knock Maria Nowicki out. Running the big red colors here tonight. Lulu Champagne has raced here in the Monster Energy Series, so this could give her confidence. The driver that she's sharing that ride, Amber Rowland, has had an okay part-time schedule in the 47. And you will see Amber Rowland and the other Monster Energy Series drivers, including Ari Springer and Darby King, tomorrow night as we cap off the race weekend. There's Chloe Carmichael. Carmichael didn't have a good truck race, blew her engine last night. Victor Gonzalez looks like he will be safe because He already locked his playoff spot up last night. So that means Victor Gonzalez will not have to worry about dropping the trucks because he's in that playoff deal. There's April Winters in the 06. She is dead last in points of the drivers who have a charter. I heard some scraping. Did we have somebody wrecked? Doesn't look like it. Someone hit the wall and it stacked everybody up, but surprisingly, we're still clean and green. Oh, that's Bell San Diego's off the pace. That's 14th in points. So problems for the Wells Fargo Dodge out of Petty Enterprises. There's the points leader, Ari Springer. There's Ivory Walker, needs a good run to stay away from 30th in the points. There's Stephanie Driscoll, comes in this race second in the points. As things stand, Stephanie Driscoll, despite being second in points, she would miss the playoffs. That is probably the big surprise, if you ask me. And Bell San Diego, former winner this season. Oh, Xavier Alsop is off the pace. Problems for the DeWalt Ford. Looks like, I don't know if he's got any damage to his car. He's off the pace. Let's take a look at the replay. We're still green flag racing. Does he have a little hood buckle on his number 17? Or am I just seeing things? I don't know. Yeah, he does have a little hood buckle. I don't know where that came from. Oh, probably because of that wall scrape. Let's see. Here's a quick replay. Oh, we got put in the wall by Carla Sanat. That's why. That would be why. Must have done something. Looks like a tire went down on the 17. And the 17 is going to go multiple laps down. Comes our first lead change of the night. That would go to the Big Red Dodge out of Chip Ganassi Racing. That is Lulu Champagne. Comes into this race 15th in the points. There's her 5 points for leading lap. She was catching she's been catching Prescott a lot. 17 and 45 are returning to the track. There's some right side damage on the Tide Chevy of the 32. There's Justin Hugo in the 55. Hugo will be back in the Buffalo Wild Wings series next season. Cody Smart has announced he'll be in a ride. I don't know which ride it is. Of course, he's driving for Michael Waltrip Racing. There's Makoto Tanaka. Of course, there's going to be a new driver in that 44 next season. Sierra Harris in the 81. Luke Peters in the 11. There's Jake Putnam. Was announced today, Jake Putnam will be leaving this ride at the end of the season because Daniel Voiles Racing has purchased the 18, the 20, and possibly the 11. Or Sean will be... As Sean will be leaving this ride because he'll be in the Foster Series. And Jake Putnam will be staying in Monster, providing he stays up there. And, of course, if not, we'll have to find a ride. He may be replacing Greta Wagner, who will be more than likely confirmed going back to Monster next season. Darby King in the 0. Talked about Sean and Lucky Prescott need a good run. So does Diana Lawson. I apologize about my roommate interrupting me, and I've had a problem with him lately. Bridget Thomas and Emily Elizabeth. Of course, Emily Elizabeth comes to this race in that critical 30th in the standings. Jesse Art there. Oh, no, they're 4 wide. They're 4 wide. This is not going to end well, and surprisingly, they sell it back down to 3 wide. That was Parks, Michaels, Lipson, and Springer that went 4 wide. Oh, we got a crash. We got a crash. Car upside down in turn number 4. Can't see the ride. That's Wyatt Garcia, former winner this season. And the caution flag is out for the first time tonight. 4th in points. Wyatt Garcia's Lucky Prescott got the lead back. A lot of damage to the Night Owl Ford Mustang. Let's see what happened here. And looks like Victor Gonzalez was the other car involved. They were 3 wide with Annie Winters. And this happened right in front of Monica Towns. And Gonzalez just hooked the 28 and sent him upside down. I didn't see any black smoke. That was right in front of the points leader, Ari Springer, may I remind you. Victor Gonzalez, 27th in points. Wyatt Garcia, on the other hand, came as race 4th in points. So I don't know if Wyatt Garcia is going to continue after his flip, but oh, Carlos Anat got a piece of him. That's more damage to the Tide Chevy. And he's out, so it's like we are having our first pit stops of the night. And Mario's going to go bug Steven for unknown reasons. Called it. So we're going to have some lap cars to the inside. Of course, the 45 and the 17. So we're coming back to the green flag. Lucky Prescott leads. Out of the race, Wyatt Garcia. Out of the race, 6 laps down is Bell San Diego. So there obviously is more problems with that machine. And 3 laps down is the 17. Of Xavier Allsup as we're going back to green. Oh, we got a crash. 36 around. Oh, and it's a huge one. The big one at Charlotte. Oh, it's a massive crash. Massive crash on the back straightaway. Greta Wagner's in it. Maria Nowicki, that will take her out of the top 30 in points. Chloe Carmichael, Sierra Harris, Justin Hugo, Luke Peters, Bridget Thomas, Jarrett Underhill, Max Lipson, Makoto Tanaka, Gonzalez again, Winters, Rankin, Nelson. Wallace is in it. Hattie Swore, Molly Thomas, Maria Nowicki, Darby King. Points leader Ari Springer got caught up in it.
Oh, did you know too?
Hi, Brian.
They're already back?
Yeah.
I got to do my pills.
That is a huge wreck, and that had no business of it happening. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the big one at Charlotte, and that took out a lot of drivers in this one. Lot of drivers involved. Let's see how this got started. Started with the 36. And this was right on the restart. Oh. April Winters got a piece of it. I just counted at least half the field involved. I think they went to Stillwater, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Lulu Champagne got in the 36. April Winters, nowhere for her to go. And then there's the contact there. The 83 got in the 9, got the 2 involved, and it just It just wadded up the entire field. Did Ari Springer get through that? She did. Oh, she didn't have any damage. I think that was a damage glitch, so I apologize if she was involved. But man, it clogged up the entire racetrack through turns 1 and 2. And a number of drivers who came in well in points. That's a big uh-oh, if you ask me. Charlotte Motor Speedway has just played its part in the big one. All right. And that is what brought out our second caution of the night. And that was the big one. By the way, I forgot to show you the grid. Here's the grid, by the way, all the way down to 39th. I forgot to show that earlier. I do apologize about that. My, oh my. And Lucky Prescott got through that somehow, some way. Ari Springer also got through that wreck. I don't know how. So did second in points. See how tiny of a field we're going to have left for tonight, for this restart. All right. Wow, it took a lot of cars out of the race, and there are a lot of them. Holy cow, that took over half the field. I want to see if the 58's still in this race, and she is. So the 3 drivers who really needed good runs are still in this race. Out of the race, there are a lot of them. Sierra Harris, Bridget Thomas, the 2, as we're back to green, that would be Chloe Carmichael. Greta Wagner, 3rd in points. Amanda Wallace. Darby King, Hattie Swar, Maria Nowicki. That might have just taken her out of the top 30 in points. Molly Thomas, tough break for her in her second start. April Winters, I think that's game over for April Winters as far as trying to get in the top 30 in points and try to get a win. Kayla Rankin, that just sums up her season right there. Emily Elizabeth out of the race, and she came in this race in that critical 30th in points. That is good news for drivers like Sean Art, Lucky Prescott, and Diana Lawson, who's up here in the top 10, who needed good runs. Justin Hugo, Scarlett Nelson, and Victor Gonzalez out of the race. They join Wyatt Garcia, who has already gone behind a wall from that first incident. Wyatt Garcia has been released from the care center, but that took out a lot of drivers, and that's good news for the drivers like Diana Lawson, good news for Lucky Prescott, good news for Sean Art, because the other driver they are trying to run down is out of the race. That would be the is Jarrett still in this race? Yes, he is. He's running 19th. I believe Carla's still in this race. But that took out a lot of drivers in the process, and as consequences, a massive point shakeup is coming. Oh, one more thing. We're not even a third of the way through this race. Caution, I heard scraping. Wreck on the front stretch. Sean Art's got damage. Oh, Ari Springer's in it, the points leader. Sean's got some damage. I think he ran to back up somebody. Jesse Art's in it. 3rd caution of the night. How did the 18 get damaged? I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know how Sean got damaged. I got to figure this out first of all. Oh, he was involved in the wreck. Okay, never mind. So Sean was involved in that big one. A lot of damage to Jesse Art's machine. Looks like her night's going to come to an early end. Ari Springer was caught up in somebody else's crap. Okay, this is where it got started. And I think it got started with the 70. Oh, she hooked Lucky Prescott, came down, got the 13. That's another driver who needed a good run. Oh, Annie Winters got a piece of it. Oh, Belle San Diego, as if her night just went from bad to worse. But how did Ari... Oh, I see. 20 got a piece of it. There's how Jesse Art got a piece. Ran to the side of the Monster Energy Ford. Collected the points leader, Ari Springer. It doesn't look like she's got a whole lot of damage on her target machine. Looks like we're going to have some drivers coming to pit road. We're going to have a tiny field left to finish off tonight's race. JJ Park will win up pit road. Xavier Alsop's has a problem. He's going to pit road. And Jesse Art is out of the race as a result of this. My goodness. Pace car's off. 17 going to come to pit road. Well, the playoff picture's really looking grim, if you ask me. Sean Art, who was involved in that big one, the fortunate thing for him, he's running very well. He's about to pass drivers like Tanaka and Sanat. Of course, he's already passed Laney Fredrickson. I believe Sean Art might have just got himself back in the top 30 in the points. Of course, Jared's going to pass Victor Gonzalez and Bridget Thomas, Maria Nowicki. So Jared's going to have a good points day out of today. Same with Carla Sanat. I believe Sean Art would be in the top 30 in points. The question's going to be, where will he be situated after tonight's race? Because he's right now 13th. He's already ahead of drivers I documented, like Kaylee Rankin and all them. Excuse me. The thing, though, is the last person, and Maria Nowicki did not want to see Lucky Prescott leading this race. Because if Lucky Prescott goes to victory lane, she could guarantee herself a spot into the playoffs. Wouldn't that be something? And Maria Nowicki, that would be the last person that wanted to see that. She also didn't want to see Diana Lawson up here at the front. So 2 of the 3 drivers that needed good runs tonight are inside the top 10, Prescott and Lawson. Sean is running 14th. The good news is he's ahead of most of those drivers that were involved in that big one under that second yellow. Also, Stephanie Driscoll could take the points lead from Ari Springer heading into next week. 18 on the lead lap, 21 to race, so about over half the field in the garage area. And we absolutely had the dreaded big one at Charlotte. I mean, Sean got his carnage, let's get that right, but he didn't expect that huge wreck to happen this early in the race as we're coming up to the 1/4 mark here. Of course, and let's not forget, Lucky Prescott won the truck race last night. If Lucky Prescott goes to victory lane, it does three things. Number one, Lucky Prescott would sweep the weekend as far as Charlotte is concerned. Number two, it might put her back in the top 30 in the point standings because remember, Emily Elizabeth didn't lead a lap. And number three, Lucky Prescott might have just confirmed herself a spot into the playoffs because she's been the only leader other than Lulu Champagne who's been out front here tonight. So Lucky Prescott is looking like she might be a driver in the playoffs. And let me remind you, Lucky Prescott has not run every race this season. She only made one knockout qualifying race when she was in the 52. That was at Charlotte, or that was at Auto Club. Was called to drive this car for the rest of the season, and she's making the most of this opportunity. They brought a fast DLP Chevrolet out of Hall of Fame Racing. The other thing is Lucky Prescott is also in the playoffs as far as in the owner's points. Boy, I can tell you Charlotte's going to be a shaker-upper in the points. Because we've had Paul Michaels had troubles tonight. We've had Greta Wagner in trouble. Amanda Wallace has been in trouble. The only two I see in points that have not had troubles tonight is Stephanie Driscoll, second in points, and John Wesley Allen, former winner this season. Even though Wesley Allen technically committed female abuse, but to be fair, there was really nothing he could have done because I think they were just trying to avoid a wreck, so the officials will definitely rule that as a racing deal. And the other thing I want to point out is I don't think anyone in this paddock has ever met Lucky, had even heard of Lucky Prescott in this ride at the beginning of the year. Of course, remember, Prescott's been in this ride replacing the now ejected Emma Tutu. Because Emma Tutu is probably more than likely not going to be back. And of course, I also found out today Emma Tutu has also been indefinitely suspended by the PCSRA for violating the PCSRA substance abuse policy. And also for behavior problems. Boy, wouldn't it be something if Lucky Prescott goes to victory lane? Wouldn't that shake up the playoff grid? Because I can tell you this. If Lucky Prescott wins this race, I don't know if anybody had this 96 car in the conversation to make the playoffs. There's Diana Lawson. She's had a nice turnaround. Been slowly getting some better finishes in the last few weeks. The other thing for Prescott and Lawson, they're both ahead of Sean Art, so they will pass Sean Art in the standings. Prescott will more than likely pass Sierra Harrison points. She was only 2 points back since she led a lap. She's already ahead of her. She's already ahead of Sean Art. She's already ahead of drivers ahead of her in points with the including Diana Lawson. And Diana Lawson has been in the bottom of the points table all season. She's not even been in the top 30 in the points all season, may I remind you. There's Mia Watts, who's having a good second place. Battling with the three, of course, it's a female 1, 2, 3, Prescott, Lawson, and Watts. Of course, Mia Watts was confirmed today. She is going to be focusing on her own team next season. She still would like to be back for Buffalo Wild Wings series. Of course, Mia Watts 16th in the point standings. And the other thing for, as Luke Peters has just blown up, so that's 2 of the 3 Colleague cars out of this race. The other bad part for Thomas, Thomas and Emily Elizabeth, who could not afford a bad finish, is that they're also drivers in the danger zone of losing their charters for next season. Let's not forget that 89 team that Kaylee Rankin is a teammate to has not even made a Buffalo Wild Wings series race all season. So Quentin Moore, of course, there's been some rumors Quentin Moore will be leaving this ride at the end of the season. Of course, he is yet to make a Buffalo Wild Wings series race at all. And who knows, DVR, who's going to take over, who will be driving Chevrolets, that could be their 4th entry, but that depends if they can get a charter for next season. That's going to be interesting. I can tell you a number of drivers are going to definitely be hurt in the points. There's John Wesley Allen, former winner of the season. Came in this race 10th in the points. Number of drivers ahead of him in points have had troubles tonight. See where Ari Springer is. She's currently 12th. The gal who's trying to run her down for the points lead is 8th. That would be Stephanie Driscoll. So Ari Springer somehow, some way, might still keep the points lead heading into next week, because the good news for Springer is that everyone else that also was trying to run her down for the points lead got caught up in that big one. And I believe that was all caused because they were trying to pass some lap cars of the 17 and the 45. Out of the race is Luke Peters with a header. And traffic for Lucky Prescott. And she's going to have to be very careful getting through this lap traffic. That's Paul Michaels, Jake Putnam, and Annie Winters in the 98. They're trying to get through this gaggle of cars. Diana Lawson has joined the battle. John Wesley Allen will join these 3 girls in just a second. As Prescott nearly got wrecked by Makoto Tanaka. That was close. That would not sit well with the officials, because the officials will not take too kindly to lap cars taking out the leaders. Almost took out Lucky Prescott. I doubt Lucky is going to be happy on her radio. And car 44 has been given a warning for... Actually, car 44 has been called to the big black and yellow truck for that little stunt she just did on Lucky. Like the crew chief telling her to calm down. We got a long way to go. Lucky just needs to focus on getting a good result. Of course, a second win could really help this 96 team get themselves closer to 30th in the standings. They would solidify themselves a spot into the owners' playoffs. That would be good. But it would also help Lucky Prescott because, like I said, she's been at the bottom of the points table, came in this race 38th in the point standings, would like to get herself into the top 30 in the points if that is indeed the case. Diana Lawson is going to be doing her playoff hopes a whole lot of good. I believe Diana Lawson might get herself into the top 30 in the point standings. So we're now 100 miles into the race. Jared Hill and Sean Art, sorry, about to go a lap down. Ivory Walker running in 15th. This could be a well-needed run for her to stay away from 30th in the standings. Of course, the good news for Ivory is that a couple of drivers ahead of her in the point standings were also involved in that big wreck. Lucky Prescott's going to have to take her time trying to get around the 12 and the 18. Of course, she has a 2-second lead on the 16 and also a 3-second lead on third place. And she's going to dispatch Sean and Jared without much of a problem. Of course, she said her motto, Prescott's never fail. Well, Prescott has been succeeding very well in this ride. I don't think anybody predicted this, to be honest with you. And now the 44, who's getting in the way again. And that's allowing the 12 and the 18 to catch up. 44 has also not met minimum speed either. Nope, she's in third gear, can't get out of the dang way. And we had this problem last week when lap cars were just being much of a nuisance and not getting out of the leader's way. Next week, we'll also see the non-charter drivers back. Of course, Lucky's friends, Abigail Stone and Prue Granger, no relationship to Truck Series driver Samantha Granger. Of course, we will see Samantha and the non-charter drivers next week at Road America. That will be the day before we will have the AutoZone Amateur Series race. Of course, Cody Smart and Nathan Orman will join me off the air as we will have the non-charter races. Lucky Prescott has been class of this field. There's John Wesley Allen, got held up by lap traffic. All those drivers involved in that big wreck have been released from the medical center. And all those drivers that were involved in that third wreck are in the care center. Lucky Prescott not happy with the 44 impeding her. 44 may end up getting... Tanaka might get parked from racing tomorrow night if she doesn't get out of the way. She's about to cause a problem. Next car about to get lapped would be the points leader, Ari Springer. While this race is going on, I'm probably going to go get some ice cream from Bronx. We will be back at my plate. Crazy race here in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. Crazy. Oh, we're under caution. For the fourth time. Let me take a look at the replay of this caution real quick. I was about to go get some ice cream, and then I realized the field slowed down. It looks like John Wesley Allen was the reason for this caution. We're going to see what happened. Oh, a lot of damage to his Red Bull Toyota. I'm starting to wonder if a lap car had something to do with it. Yep. And guess what? The 44 not paying... Whoops. I missed the incident, so I'm going to have to take another look at that replay. 44 not getting out of the way. And I figured the 44 was going to do something stupid. Came up, just took out John Wesley Allen, took both cars in the wall. I doubt John Wesley Allen's going to be very happy indeed. All right, I'll be right back. Oops. Sorry about that. I was trying to put... All right, anyway, I'll be back.
telling you.
You guys back?
Boom. They didn't go.
Oh, you didn't go to Stillwater? Oh,
But that would be it.
what?
So we all just stayed here, I guess.
Oh, I didn't win either, so.
I know, I didn't want to go anywhere. So they all,
Yeah, I had a lot to lose if I go to Stillwater.
right. That's just on weekends.
On Sunday, yeah.
We should have went on Saturdays or
Yeah.
Friday or something.
Yeah, that made more sense
Yeah,
than Sunday.
yeah, man.
take off my freaking buggy out there. I guess they had an engine problem or something. So the 10's out of the race, and probably the oil came from the 10. So we're back, and we'll have 75 laps to go after we complete this next lap. We have 76 to go. So we're back to green. Diana Lawson, zone 10th. Probably the oil to 10 made the official throw the yellow. There's Ari Springer, Bell San Diego. Excuse me. Aunt Cora and Jim Prescott, Lucky's relatives, watching on the pit box of that 96. John Wesley Allen was released from the care center and did not declined an interview with the media as he marched his way back to the dressing room. At 44, Might be parked for tomorrow night's race. You just said it bad, Mario. Mario said the 5-letter word. And the best part of all that was, I just got that on the stream. What? Yeah, he said the 5-letter word, Brian. And the best part about that was, Brian, I just got that on the stream.
Oh shit, oh shoot.
You just said it bad, Brian.
That's the worst. Hey, all sheets are fake. It's not that bad. Just feel like you got one time.
Don't say the F word on my stream, or I'm going to say F word.
Not gonna try it.
That's a good idea. Yeah, as I said, of course, everybody goes back to work tomorrow with the exception of me.
Yeah. I'm glad I was smart to stay home. Because I knew if I go to Stillwater, I would be back late.
I knew you would be going straight to bed once you get to your room.
And I probably won't get enough sleep.
At least you don't have to worry about taking me to work tomorrow. That's the one less headache you don't have to deal with. These drivers are now within their window of making it the rest of the way.
Fine. I know. I didn't go to Stillwater. I didn't go to Stillwater. I didn't go to Stillwater today, so I stayed home. So yeah, I didn't go to Stillwater because it's a long drive. I didn't go to Stillwater today. I didn't go to Stillwater today. I stayed home. They would be back late. I would have to get up early tomorrow to go to work. They would have got back. They would be late, about 11 o'clock. I knew it was good. Yeah, they would probably be back like, yeah. No, I didn't want to risk it.
We'll probably go to Stillwater like on another day.
Yeah, I didn't want to risk it because I have to go work Monday early, get up early morning. We're going to work tomorrow. It was the right one.
57, 56 to go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I did. I went to KFC, got lunch. Then I went to the video stock. Yeah. Yeah.
Ricky Prescott having herself a very good run. She's probably already clinched the 5 bonus points for the most laps led.
Okay. 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 Let me see. Right. Right. Oh, what the? I hate when this thing goes off on me. I mean, when you go on a phone call, it turns off on this thing with you.
Hmm.
It's not 9:55.
It's 4 o'clock.
3:55.
3:55. It's almost 4.
Mm-hmm. This watch's all screwed up.
Oh yeah, 'cause you guys got to get up early to get Andre to work.
Yeah. Not just Andre, I gotta get up to go to work. Jeez. Yeah, that's a lose-lose situation if I go Stillwater. For me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose situation.
Yep.
rather
I don't
wait
go to
till
work
next year
until
to go.
Tuesday. I may do laundry tomorrow.
When's your laundry day?
Friday, but because Andre's at work, I can get it done before Andre and you guys get home.
That's good. My laundry is Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll be off Wednesday.
That's good.
I don't go back till Tuesday.
That's good.
So you'll be
See,
home alone.
That's good for you because now you're gonna get like, you already got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now you're getting Monday off. 4 days in a row.
Mm-hmm. Diana Lawson is
that's
gone
a
to the
win.
garage. Yep.
Then you don't have to come back till Tuesday.
Diana Lawson has taken her car back behind a wall with an engine failure. Camshaft blew. But good news is that's probably a good solid run that might get her and possibly Sean up in the top 30 in the point standings.
Yeah. Even if I would do that.
Jared's going to move himself through the top 10 in the points leaving tonight's race. Lucky Prescott's already clinched the most laps led. If she wins this race, that's a big load of points. That would get her 5, let's see, 10. She would get a maximum 190 points. This might put her in the top 30 in points as I'm looking at my live point standings as things stand. You know what? You're fine. I don't have a problem with you. It's just Toby, Mario, and Steven interrupting me. Oh, that reminds me.
Yeah.
I'll be working on that tomorrow. The calendar.
Oh,
Thanks, with you guys going to work, I'll be in charge of the calendar. Oh, 44's off the pace.
nice one.
Oh, she got wrecked. Oh, by the points leader. That would be a yellow. Is that a caution? No is not the answer. How the flip was that not a yellow?
I don't know.
Huh. Unfortunately, Ari Springer had to come to pit road to repair the damage. I doubt she's going to be happy. Oh, we're going to have a cat fight after this race. That 44 is absolutely going to be parked for tomorrow. I don't think Makoto Tanaka is going to be in that car tomorrow for the Monster Energy Series. Because now she's been asked to see the officials also in the big green truck.
BWWS. Wow.
I'll probably...
You want to play a game?
Sure.
What do you want to play?
Skip-o.
Skip over this.
I'll join you on the next game on Skip-o. So I can finish this race up. All the 96 team needs to do, make one more perfect pit stop, and they have this in the bag.
Table, man. It's coming apart.
No, it's not.
No, this part right here. It comes like,
It's probably the screws that need to be tightened. It's not coming apart. If it had came apart, it would have collapsed on my damn legs.
Jeez.
Good grief. Yeah. So the only place I had to go get a candy bar while they're still working on that is 7-Eleven down there.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's still good walking distance for me because that's my exercise I do at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe I should be fine. 7
Like I said, good exercise.
Yep. Yep, it is. Hoping I don't
What?
get too long to do it.
Can't believe it's already 4.
Yeah.
Of course, right now in this race, as I'm recording this, it's like, I don't know, 9 something. Those of you on the East Coast.
East Coast.
Well, this is as of this recording. It's going up at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. After this race, we will have our post-race show. Cody and the Triple P clan will take care of the post-race show. Recap this 300-mile race, including the big one that we had early in the race. Final thoughts on this race. Your excuse, nice motivational belch. And the best part about that, Mario, I just got that recorded.
oh,
Now you fell into my trap on the best part about all that was.
yeah, right.
Just like I got Steven several times when he did that farting and all that, and I said, and the best part about all that was I just recorded that. Thank you very much. So, anyway, they'll recap this race. Final look at the stats, the race stats. Present the championship standings, which, by the way, you will see your point standings in our pre-race show next week at Road America, the track I was at 3 years ago, believe it or not.
That's from here. Right here.
All right.
I love being at Road America.
I'll go first.
You go ahead.
And we'll preview tomorrow night's Coke 600 as we wrap up our race weekend here at Charlotte. Cannot believe Charlotte is later in the calendar. Normally, when we do Charlotte, it would be early in the season.
Doesn't it? That doesn't mean. What do you mean? 5.
Two.
Yeah, I don't have it. Put that okay.
So a second win for Lucky Prescott would solidify herself possibly into the playoffs. Would put her in the top 30 in the points. And would be tied with Greta Wagner for the #1 seed going into the reformatted playoff points if the playoffs were to start today.
1.
But remember, we only have, this is race 17. We're down to 5 more races left to go, I believe. Let me confirm that with you guys.
Go ahead.
No, correction, 6 more races left to go.
That's 16.
Oh, Prescott just got wrecked by the Ari Springer machine. Don't hit her, don't hit her, don't hit her.
Oh, yeah.
And she'll take the caution.
2. Oh.
Ari Springer not paying any attention, just wrecked the leader.
That's good.
I highly doubt Prescott's going to be
Yeah.
very happy about this.
Yeah, how cute.
And our caution is out. And Ari Springer has been called to the big black and yellow truck.
Sheesh. I don't know mine. Can't stop you.
That's the second time Ari Springer's been involved in an incident.
Okay.
Don't think Lucky Prescott's going to be too happy with the 96. I don't know how Annie Winters didn't get collected in this. So that's a tough break for... Yeah, I bet Ari Springer's going to have an apology for Lucky Prescott, because that might have just took her out of a chance to win this race here tonight.
2.
And she was the dominant car of the day. That means Prescott's on the chopping block for a "you blew it" from Cody.
8. 9.
And she's going to continue. She's going to be at the back of the field.
1.
So the dominant driver of the day might have just been screwed. As we're back to green. Driscoll leads. If Driscoll wins, she would be into the playoffs, because she comes in this race second in the points. And Cody Smart's original plan would be ruined.
No 3, no 2.
Doesn't look like Lucky's got any damage, except it was only on the right side of the door of her 96, so it looks like she's going to be okay to continue. But I highly doubt she's going to be happy about this. This is actually the lowest she's been all race. And now she's passing Samantha Greenville. That's about for 7th. Mia Watts has the lead. If Mia Watts were to go to victory lane, she could be in the playoffs. Prescott, I know, would have a good run. Sean Art in 14th. We'll see where this is going to situate him as far as getting in the top 30 in the point standings.
Okay. Okay, there's a 2.
There's Ari Springer, who's been called to the big black and yellow truck.
No 3.
I don't think she meant to do that to Lucky, but... Ooh. JJ Park and Monica Towns nearly roughing each other up. That was close.
Second.
One. Seven.
Lucky's back up to 4th. Only 8 cars on the lead lap.
Oh gosh. Right.
Remember, this would put Scarlett Nelson now on the bubble. Or possibly could put Scarlett Nelson outside the top 30 in the point standings. Which means her win would not count towards a spot into the playoffs, as Tanaka's still not up to speed.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
25 to go.
Wait a second.
Prescott trying to make sure she doesn't get on the board for a "you blew it" from Cody.
No, 4, no, 3. Okay, that's all.
Good points day for Lulu Champagne. This will put her more than likely in the top 10 of the points leaving tonight, as Prescott has 4 fresh tires. They had to pit one more time, but at least they have now already done so.
5.
But this is still going to be a good points day regardless for Prescott, even if she doesn't win this race. I don't think Cody Smart's going to be happy that Ari Springer's been called to the big the big black and yellow truck. Look out, 44 holding up the 32. Somebody needs to park the 44 right now, because she's been really not getting out of the way, and she's done a lousy job.
3. Okay, now it's 7.
So we're going to have a battle for the lead, or a battle for second, excuse me.
10.
Towns will take it away from Driscoll. Of course, Towns needed a good run to make sure she kept her charter for next season.
11. 12. 1.
It was Emily Elizabeth,
5 blocked. 7 blocked.
Bridget Thomas, Samantha Greenville, Monica Towns, and Justin Hugo came into this race, the 5 drivers in the danger zone of losing their charters. Prescott trying to hold off Monica Towns. The more these two continue to go side by side, the more that's going to allow Mia Watts to pull away. And Lucky's going to just back off, not get into a situation. Oh, nope, she's fighting back, but she's not going to win that one. I don't see any other damage to the DLP Chevy.
3.
It was only the right side door that was damaged.
5. Okay.
Cannot believe Lucky Prescott, who led the most laps tonight, going to get a "you blew it" from Cody.
Okay. 4. 5. 6.
Prescott trying to hang on in third. Mia Watts, if she goes to victory lane, Cody's original plan is ruined.
8, 9, 10, 11.
And this would put Mia Watts back in the Monster Energy Series.
1. I log in. 3. 4. 5. Okay. 2. 3. 4. 5.
Still a good run for JJ Park, coming off his first win last week.
9.
17th on the points. He'll continue to move through the points table, leaving tonight.
10. 11. 12.
17 to go.
No 5. Good time.
Prescott just got around Monica Towns. That was for second. Now she sets her sights. on the AG Nutrition Chevrolet out of Colic Racing. Blue Champagne 28631. That 44 is going to get in the way again. Prescott going to use the high side just to get around the 44. Top 5 get around the 44 without much of an issue.
10, 2, 1, 12. Okay. You're 7 and 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Here comes Prescott. This is for the lead of the race. When anybody coming up ahead. Nope, Prescott back to the lead. Back to where she was before the spin. Well, it's not going to be a you blew it.
No.
Unless the 16 wins.
No.
Oh, 16 looking underneath the 96. This is for the lead.
Okay.
Two Chevrolets, one out of Colic, one out of Hall of Fame Racing.
Okay. And 4, 5. Whoops. Oh, wait a second. That's fine.
Ah, shit. Sorry about that.
That's
I was
okay.
trying to catch the damn cup. Holly Toby's left. Who's still here? Is it just the three of us?
Yeah.
Is it just the three of us, Brian, or what?
Yeah.
Good, I'm glad Toby's not here. Had some skid marks on the back straightaway. Not sure where that came from. So it looks like the battle for the lead is still on with 10 to go. Watts looking for her first win of the season. Monica Towns looking for her first career win of the season. Also, same for Mia Watts. Prescott's looking for career win number 2 and a solidified of the playoffs. Here she comes.
11.
That's 11 right here.
Um,
11, 12, 1, 7.
As the 96 tries to shut the door but can't.
3,
But they got lap traffic coming up.
5.
98 and the 20 could play a factor. Who's going to win?
we done, Daniel.
Hold on.
Alright,
Not done with this race yet.
alright.
If you guys want to play another round before I get done, that's go ahead.
You know,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
excuse me.
8,
Mary Springer is so far up the road. They probably won't catch her before this race is over. Remember last week we had a wreck coming to the checker flag. What were we going to have this week?
I'll go last.
Alright.
Yeah, this one. 2, 3, and 4.
It's better if I just do 5 drivers instead of 10, because we don't need a driver in the playoffs in the danger zone, which would not do us any bit of good.
I have 5 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
Prescott's got to figure out a way to get around the 16, but at the same time, they got traffic coming up. You're on board the 96.
8, 9. Okay, no 10.
44 about to be an issue before this thing's all said and done. 16 goes up in the gray. Prescott's on the racing line. 4 laps of racing to go. If we get another caution, this will end the race.
Okay. 18.
No, no.
Yeah, sorry.
Three to go as they're catching Tanaka. Oh, Tanaka really impeding those two. Here comes Monica Towns on the outside. And she's going to go by all of them for the lead. Tanaka just screwed this race up, and there's going to be some people not happy with her. 2 laps to go. Oh, contact. 96 still being impeded. This is what Monica Towns needed. Prescott's taken out of contention because the 44 can't get out of the way. She's going to get bitch slapped. White flag for Monica Towns. Prescott just gives the finger to the 44. Prescott, who led most of this race, got taken out by got screwed by 2 people in the process. And Monica Towns, who came in this race 21st in the points, is going to capitalize. And Monica Towns will get her first career win in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. Wins the History 300. And now, did Monica Towns lock herself a spot into this season's chase for the championship? That takes her out of the danger zone of losing her charter. Wow.
Wow.
Holy cow. Monica Towns the winner. Mia Watts could have won this race, but lap traffic screwed her. Second for her. Lulu Champagne third. Carlos Knott fourth. Stephanie Driscoll fifth. Lucky Prescott will have to settle for 6th. Samantha Greenville 7th. J.J. Park, Ari Springer, and Jared Underhill the top 10. Sean got 13th. We'll see where this situates him. Makoto Tanaka, I bet she's going to be parked for her actions tonight, which is really sad. Diana Lawson out of the race in 18th. We'll see where this situates her in points, but everybody else out of the race from the big one that really took a lot of them out of contention. And it really shook the points up heading into next week's race at Road America. But that's going to do it here from Charlotte. Monica Towns, first career win. We might be seeing her in the Monster Energy Series next year if she stays inside the top 30 in points. So we'll have to wait and see. Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's race. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like. Subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We've shown your full finisher results all the way down to 39th. You will see your updated point standings and rookie points heading into Road America. We'll see you tomorrow for the Coke 600 Division Weekend. As you've been watching another broadcast of the PCSRA, the best in racing since 2017, I'm Dean Voiles. Good night from Charlotte, everybody.